A star list of Republicans lined up to speak at the National Rifle Association annual meeting today. It is Friday, May 3rd. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. Join us from the NRA event in Houston is WSJ's Ben LaFave. Ben, the names here lined up to speak read like a who's who of presidential ambition, past and present. Tell us who's there.
Governor Rick Perry's here. Texas Senator Ted Cruz is here. We got former Senator Rick Santorum. And a few others who either seem to have presidential ambitions in the past or maybe in the future.
Notably all Republicans you're listing. Let's talk about what's on the agenda. One thing that caught my eye was advanced sausage making. Do tell.
Yeah, there's a pretty wide variety of people here. You got some of the dealers who are selling pretty high-powered firearms, others who are selling more antique styles, but it's also a lot of the sportsman-like exhibitors here, so you get a lot of advanced sausage making or wild game cooking is another one. So it attracts a pretty wide variety of folks.
Speaking of attraction, how many people does the event expect to attract?
They're expecting to get about 70,000 people in here during today and the rest of the weekend. They've got about 9 acres of what they're calling the latest and greatest in guns and gear. So far, the floor seems pretty full. You got some folks there with their kids. You got some folks there, it seems, with their grandparents, and a lot of folks kind of checking out the firearms.
We're just looking at a picture of a couple holding hands with a shotgun, so couples in love with their guns as well. Yeah. Let's cut to the elephant in the living room. This has obviously been a big few months given the national debate over gun control. What do you think is going to be the tenor of the speeches down there? Is this going to be kind of a victory lap for them, or are they gearing up for a renewed push by Vice President Joe Biden to try and get some of these tighter restrictions passed, Ben?
It's going to be both. I think they're going to, raise the fact that they helped get the bill killed in committee. But I also think there's still a push to kind of, we have to be careful, we have to be wary. The official program for the event kind of, stresses the fact that they have to protect their gun rights from like any and all encroachment, what they see as encroachment.
Now, Ben, you report out of Houston for us, and you've been following some of the very interesting backlash to some of the senators who voted against tighter gun control restrictions. And some of what you found indicate that they may be facing a little bit of an uphill battle when it comes to re-election this year because of their votes against this. Walk us through that.
Some of these, like you mentioned, some of the senators who had voted against this are seeing their poll numbers fall, while the 2 Republicans who actually did vote for the measure are finding a little bump in popularity. From just talking to the regular members on the ground here, it seems that they aren't necessarily against stricter legislation, but they want to see more done with, like, for example, like checking the mental health, status of some of the people applying for guns. They just didn't like the details of the push that was made formerly, but they're just saying that doesn't mean they don't want more, stricter background checks in total.
All right, Ben LaFave, he is on the floor of the National Rifle Association's annual meeting. He's taking some video down there with his iPhone, and we'll be posting that on our WorldStream feed, and that's WSJ.com/WorldStream.